Hello viewers, welcome to ICSC Board Class 10 Biology episode 1.3.2. In the previous episode 1.3.1 we have seen the introduction to genetics. We have talked about Mendel. The plant that he selected was Pisum sativum, that is garden pea. We have also seen the usefulness of genetics in genetic engineering with an example of the production of insulin by the bacteria. Also, we have talked about the heredity and variation. So let us move our topic ahead with why Mendel selected pea plant, as well as we are going to see the reasons for it and reasons for its success along with some terminologies. So let us move on to our topic, principles of genetics. So this is our chapter, principles of genetics. Now the plant that Mendel selected, that was Pisum sativum. So Pisum sativum was the scientific name of garden pea. So we write garden pea. What is the scientific name of garden pea? The scientific name of garden pea is Pisum sativum. This is 1 mark question. Now be careful whenever you write the answer. P must be capital and S must be small. Why he selected garden pea for his experiments? Now these are the reasons for selecting garden pea for the experiments. Reasons for selecting garden pea. First of all, garden pea is a plant with a short lifespan. And the number of offsprings obtained are high. Third thing, it was easy to maintain and easy to cultivate. No much care is required for nurturing the plant. And the fourth one, the most important one, that there were no intermingling characters. There were no intermingling characters in it. Now what do you mean by intermingling characters? As for example, if a plant is having red flower and it is mixed with or hybrid with white flower, so red flower plant hybrid with white flower plant, what is the possibility that it will be going to obtain what? It is going to obtain the pink flower. So what is the possibility of obtaining red or white? It is very less, but it is going to obtain what? A pink color flower. So this pink color is an intermingling character between red flower plant and the white flower plant. So such type of things were not seen in the garden pea, was not seen in the Pisum sativum. So these were the reasons he selected garden pea plant. Now first of all, short lifespan. Within 6 months the lifespan of the garden pea is over. Number of offsprings obtained were high. That means many offsprings were obtained. It was easy to maintain, it was easy to cultivate, there were no intermingling characters in it. So this is the answer that you are going to write when the question is asked, what are the reasons for selecting garden pea. Now he selected garden pea, but along with that he also became successful in doing his experiments. Now why he became successful in his experiments? So these are the reasons. Reasons for Mendel's success. So what are the reasons for the Mendel success? Number one, he selected garden pea plant, that was selection of garden P, right? Okay, one more thing it came into my mind, that number fifth can be this one, or I can mention it here, that I was requiring to mention it in the beginning, and that was what? It's a bisexual plant. Bisexual plant, that means pollination becomes very easy. Which pollination? Both self pollination and cross pollination becomes really easy for it. So that were the reasons that Mendel selected Pisum sativum. And here also we can say selection of garden P was one of his step to success, because garden P was bisexual plant. Number 2, he studied one character at a time. And number 3, he kept the data, he kept the information of the experiments that what he was doing, experiments, or you can say, or data, very accurately and precisely. So now all this information that what he was keeping was very accurate and precisely, and he was using the technique of comparing between the two plants, which was giving him the more and more details of his hybridization. So that's why he became successful in his experiments. So this is another like 2 marks question. This is another 2 marks question. What is the reasons, or what are the reasons for Mendel's success? Number 1, selection of garden P, bisexual plant. Number 2, studied one character at a time. He kept the information of the experiments or data very accurately and precisely. So these were the reasons why Mendel became successful in his experiments, and these are the reasons. This is also 2 marks question. Then these are the reasons for selecting garden P plant. Now let us move on to the characters that he selected for the study of garden P. So characters that he selected to study for Pisum sativum. So which were the characters that he selected for Pisum sativum for his experiments? Number 1, height. Number 2, color of seed. Number 3, shape of seed. Number 4, color of flower. Number 5, position of flower. Number 6, color of pod. Number 7, shape of the pod. So I've just written shape of the pod, or you can say shape of pod. So now if you see here, the characters that Mendel selected for Pisum sativum for his experiments were height, color of seed, shape of the seed, color of the flower, position of the flower, color of the pod, shape of the pod. He selected, but in that one you will be noticing that this will be having 2 characteristics. As for example, the height he found tall and short, or you can say dwarf. Color of seed he found yellow and green. Shape of seed he found round and wrinkled. Color of flower purple and white. Position of the flower, axial position and terminal position. Color of pod, green and yellow. Shape of the pod, inflated and constricted. Now in these characteristics, one of them was dominant. Now you must know the meaning of dominant. So dominant means what? That what is expressible. Dominant means that character which is expressible. The character which is expressible now when it is going to be expressible, the character which is expressible even when, or you can say even when there is a hybrid condition. Now what do you mean by hybrid condition? That means that if a tall is crossing with short, then the offsprings that they are going to obtain are tall offsprings. Then that condition is considered as what? The dominant condition. So here I have taken an example that when a tall crosses with short, there is a hybrid between a tall plant and a short plant, and the offsprings that are going to obtain is tall. So that means those characters which are expressible, even when there is a hybrid condition, in a non-hybrid condition, that means, now what do you mean by non-hybrid condition? If I say non-hybrid condition, as for example, tall crosses tall, it is a non-hybrid condition. Why non-hybrid condition? Because if you see both of the parent are tall. So it is non-hybrid condition. Then what is hybrid condition? Tall crosses with short. It's a hybrid condition because the characters of the height are different. One parent is tall, another parent is short. It is a cross. It is a cross pollination between tall and short, and that is what we consider it as what is a hybridization. Hybridization. Then what sort of a expression are there in the offsprings? Tall expressions are there. Tall physical characteristics are there. That means that tall is a dominant one. So that's why I mentioned even in there is a hybrid condition. So this is the hybrid condition. This is a hybrid condition. This is a non-hybrid condition because tall crosses tall, it's a non-hybrid. Red crosses red, it is a non-hybrid. White crosses white, non-hybrid. Short crosses short, non-hybrid. But tall crosses short, hybrid. Red crosses white, hybrid. So one is dominant and another one is a recessive. So this one is a dominant characters. That means that when tall crosses with short, the offsprings are going to be tall. When yellow crosses with green, offsprings are yellow. When round crosses with wrinkle, the offsprings are round. When purple crosses with white, then it is purple. When axial position flower crosses with the terminal position flower plant, then it is axial. Green crosses with yellow, it is green. Inflated crosses with constricted, it is inflated. So those are the characters which are going to be expressed in the offsprings even in the hybrid condition. Then it is considered as what? It is considered as dominant. And those which are not going to be expressed in the hybrid conditions, then they are considered as recessive. So here if you see here in the example that I have written here, let me change the color so it becomes easy for you. So here if you see here, I have mentioned tall crosses with short. What are the offsprings? Offsprings are tall. Which character is not expressible? Short character is not expressible here in the offsprings. Why? Because tall is a dominant character. The genes of the short, the factors of the short has not been expressible in the offsprings. The factors of the short has not been seen expressible in the offsprings. Hence, this short is a recessive one. This short is what? Recessive one. So, in this one, in the color of the seed, shape of the seed, color of the flower, position of the flower, color of the pod, shape of the pod, all these are the recessive characters. They can be expressible only when recessive crosses with the recessive, that is short crosses with short, same, then only they will be having offsprings. What? Offsprings are going to be short. So this is how it works. This is how it goes. I hope you understood this one. So this is again 2 marks question. Which are the characters studied by the Mendel for his experiment with Pisum sativum? Write down the dominant and recessive characters of each. Then height, tall and short, color of seed, yellow and green, shape of seed, round and wrinkle, color of flower, purple and white, position of flower, axial and terminal, color of pod, green and yellow, shape of the pod, inflated and constricted. So these are the characters that Mendel studied it for the Pisum sativum. Now one more thing I like to inform you, that Mendel was not aware of this word. And what is that word? Gene. So Mendel was not knowing about anything related to gene. Instead, Mendel called it as the factor. Mendel know that something is passing from one generation to another generation, giving the dominant and the recessive characters, and that are nothing but what? So according to the Mendel, the gene was nothing but what? The gene was considered to be what? Factor. So Mendel was not knowing anything about gene. Gene word was given by a scientist or a biologist named Johanson. Biologist named Johanson. So please check it out, this one. So it is Johanson. Maybe spelling here, I know it is a here, Johanson. Johanson was the person who gave the term, genes, and Mendel was not aware of these things. Mendel was not aware of the factor. So let us move on to the other things. We are going to talk about the terminologies. Number 1, alleles. Now what is the meaning of allele? Just in the previous topic, I have just given you the example of a character, height, and it is seen either tall or it is seen as short. So now for tall and short, both of them are the factors, or you can say alleles for the height. So allele means what? Alternative, or you can say alternative forms of genes, or you can say alternate forms of genes. Example, height. Height has 2 characteristics, either tall or short. So height is one character, but it has 2 in it. The plant may be either tall or plant may be either short. So that is considered to be the alleles. Alleles means what? Alternate forms of genes are known as alleles. Number 2, dominant. Those characters which are expressible in the offsprings. Characters, you can say dominant character, or you can say dominant gene or a dominant factor. So character, dominant character. So character or a trait. Sometimes they use the word trait. Character which is expressible in the offsprings is known as dominant character, or you can say dominancy, phenomena dominancy, and those which are not expressible that is considered as recessive. Those which are not expressible is considered as recessive, and this thing takes place in hybrid only. So it is seen during the hybrid. If it is seen during the non-hybrid, then it definitely dominant character is going to remain dominant and recessive character is going to remain recessive. As for example, as I said here, if the tall crosses with tall, offsprings are going to be tall definitely. And if a short crosses with short, offsprings are going to remain short. There is no doubt about it, right? Because it is a short plant, short crosses with short plant, the offsprings are going to remain short. Tall plant crosses with tall plant, offsprings are going to remain tall. This is according to the Mendel. So dominant characters and recessive characters, that what we are discussing here is nothing but related to the Mendel's laws, or you can say Mendel's thing. So if a tall character is crossing with a tall character, then it is having the tall character in the offsprings. Short character crosses with the short one, short trait, or a short crosses with the short trait, then what sort of offsprings are going to be obtained? Short. But this is what we are talking about, dominant and recessive, for the expression in the hybrid. And what is the hybrid? Hybrid is this one, when tall crosses with short, and if suppose short is the characters obtained in the offsprings, then all offspring should be short, then the short is dominant. But it is not happening like that. Here tall is the expressible character in the offsprings when tall crosses with short. So tall is considered to be dominant while the short is considered to be the recessive. So those characters which are expressible in the offsprings during the hybridization or during the cross between two different characters, and that condition and that phenomena and that characters are considered to be the dominant characters, and it is considered to be the dominancy. Let us move on to the next one. Here, when two alleles are same, number 3, when two alleles are same, so tall and tall, then it is considered as homozygous. Now, this one if I give in the terms of genes, tall genes and tall genes, so it will be having capital T, as it is dominant, so we are mentioning it as a dominant, capital letters. Dominant is always mentioned in capital letters. So genes for the dominant are capital T, that is homozygous dominant. Suppose if I am having short, then that is homozygous, and the genes for the short will take, because it is of the height, will take the complementary for the T is small t, and it is still homozygous recessive. It is still homozygous recessive, because dominant we have seen capital T, and the recessive is small t. It is in lower case. So recessive is always written in the lower case. So this is the meaning of homozygous. When two alleles are same, then it is considered to be the homozygous condition. And if two alleles are different, that is tall and short, that is capital T and small t, this is considered as heterozygous. It is considered, hetero means different, heterozygous means different alleles. of a same character. Which character we are studying? As for example, height. Then what are the alleles for the height? Either tall or short. So it is capital T or small t. If it is capital T small t, then it is heterozygous. If it is capital T, then it is homozygous. If it is small t, then it is homozygous. Only the thing is that it changes. If it is capital T, it is dominant, and if it is small t, it is recessive. But here you cannot see dominant and recessive. You can see only in the phenotypic characteristics. You can see only in the physical expression. And physical expression to this capital T small t, you can come to know about that whatever capital letter we have assumed, whatever capital letter we have taken, that would be expressed in the physical characteristics. So here the plant will be tall, and it is what? Heterozygous dominant. And it is heterozygous dominant. Let us move on to the next term, and the next term is phenotype. If I say tall, it is a physical characteristics. It is a physical expression. It's a physical expression. If I say short, it is a physical expression. Then the physical expression of an individual, of an organism, the physical expression of an individual, of an organism is considered to be the phenotype. Is considered to be what? It is considered to be the phenotype. And if I say here, if I say capital T, small t, capital T, small t, these are all genes. These are all mentioned as what? These are all mentioned as genes. So hence this one is considered to be the genetic makeup of an individual. Genetic makeup of an individual, or you can say genetic makeup of an organism. This genetic makeup of an organism is known as what? Is known as genotype. So what is genotype? Genetic makeup of an individual or an organism. So how will you mention it? You don't mention as tall, because that is a physical expression. You mention it in terms of genes. That is capital T, that is homozygous tall, dominant. Small t, that is homozygous recessive short. And here capital T, small t, it is a hybrid, because there is a character of tall and a character of short. It is a mix. It is a hybrid. It is impure. It is impure. While these two are pure. This is pure because there is no mix. This is pure because there is no mix. There is a mix, that is impure. Another term for impure is what? Hybrid. Another term for pure is what? Homozygous. Another term for pure is what? Homozygous. Here you can say heterozygous also. So heterozygous has two different words. Impure, that is a mixing of two characters. Hybrid, that is a mixing of two characters of the same character that what you are studying. Or you can say for height, it is capital T, small t, it is a hybrid. But still it is a genotype, because you are using the letters. So for genotype, you go for the letters capital T, small t, or you can say capital T, small t. So if you are using these letters to demonstrate the height, to show the height, to express the height, physical characters, then it is considered as what? Genotype. But if you write tall, then it is not genotype, it is a physical expression, phenotype. So what is phenotype? Phenotype is the physical expression of an individual which is due to genotype. If the genes are of capital T, the person or a plant is going to remain tall. If the genes are of small t, or you can say lowercase tt, then it is what? The person or a plant is going to remain short. If it is capital T, small t, the person is going to become tall. Reason? Because of the presence of dominant capital T. So these are the physical expression, tall, short, tall, while these are the genetic makeup of an individual, genotype. I hope you understood about the terms. Which terms we have seen? In the beginning we have seen about alleles, we have seen about alleles, we have seen about the dominant and the recessive, we have seen homozygous, heterozygous, pure, impure, we have talked about the phenotype and genotype. I hope you understood about the definitions. There are two more definitions. We will see that two definitions in the next episode. I hope you understood the whole topic related to selection of Mendel, means selection of Pisum sativum by Mendel, reasons for his success, and the definitions related to the topic, that is allele, dominant, recessive, homozygous, heterozygous, genotype and phenotype. And let me conclude with one more definition, and that definition is of gene. So if you say, because here we have seen genotype, so if you say what is genes, then you can say genes are the units of inheritance, or you can say heredity, or you can say inheritance. What are genes? Genes are the units of heredity. Genes are the units of heredity. Okay, thanks very much guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.